So first off,
Got me?
man, I'd like to thank you for doing this interview with Stop Beefing Radio.
For sure, for sure.
Man, and to get started, can you tell the fans and listeners who you are and where you
I'm
from?
Lil Billy, Indianapolis, Indiana. Mr. Yes, yes, because they never tell me no. What it do?
Man,
Space Dad,
doing
what's happening?
what Space Dad. Great to see you, man. Now, uh,
Yeah.
you being from Indianapolis, Indiana, do you think it made it harder for you or making it easier for you to get into the music industry?
I think both because we didn't have anybody to represent us. You feel me? So I think that's a I think that's a what can I say? I think they just waiting on somebody to pop up.
Yeah.
So I don't look at it, but I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic. So I don't think it was harder. I think that made it like sweet.
Yeah.
Like I come straight through the door because nobody representing y'all. You feel me? But it was
Yeah.
kind of hard because I never had the blueprint. You know, we ain't had a proper
Yeah.
blueprint. We had people like you who are involved. You feel me? But you know, y'all help me as much as y'all can. But we never had like the honest to God laid out blueprint so we could just jump in the game and follow it.
Yep.
So I guess it was a gift and a curse.
Now, I agree with that. And man, that's one thing that I really loved about you as an artist ever since we first met, man. You really go hard for your dreams. You work hard at what you're doing. Like, I never hear you complain. I never hear you say, woe is me, they didn't pick me.
Right.
You just go and get to work, man. So I salute you on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, side note, I am Rod Dizzle. What's up, bro? That's my homeboy from Tennessee. Shout out to him and RIP to the homie from 1313 Eatery, man. RIP to him. He was advocating to stop the violence, and that was sad he lost his life. Good looking, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Yes. RIP to Ron G, man. We lost a real one today. I almost told you, hey, we needed to postpone this, but I think he would have wanted us to have this conversation because this is what it's really all about, is using this music stuff to give us opportunities so we can stop the violence, cease the fires, and of course stop beefing, man.
For sure, for sure.
Now, what made you want to get in the music industry in the first place? You're coming from Indianapolis, Indiana. Like you said, there's not a blueprint laid out for you. So what was it about the game or music in general that caught your interest?
My dad raised me listening to music. My mom, she used to listen to Mary J. a lot when I was young.
Yeah.
But my dad, like from the age of, I don't know what age I was, 2 or 3 or something, real little in Pampers. My dad had me like at a radio standing up and just vibing the record. So I was always around music and I loved it a lot. Like, I don't know what it was. There's something in my spirit that made me, feel me, attracted to it.
Now,
so
who were some of your early mentors that you either looked up to and you studied, or were in the city that you got advice from?
So let me see. Jimmy Mack. Shout out Jimmy Mack.
Yeah.
I just left from with Jimmy Mack. Jimmy Mack was one of my mentors. Wiz. Shout out Wiz.
Yeah.
And Magnificence over there. Who else did I have? 625. DJ Ready Rock Henri. Who else? Too Skeezy. He was from out here. TOS. House of Villains. NAP. RIP to bro, I forgot his name. Damn,
Kilo.
I can't think of it on the fly, but yeah,
Kilo
like DJs, all the DJs, DJ Don, DJ Gus, DJ B Nasty, all DJ Top Speed, all them.
Yeah.
Feel me? Them was like legends around Indianapolis, and they just feel me.
Yeah. Now, I think we first met was shout out to Ladina with the Midwest League. She did an event with my homie Big Hef where we were looking for artists, for a major opportunity. And I'm blessed to be one of the judges. And you come up and you're HFBT, and I'm like, yo, that's amazing concept. And then I hear the song, I'm like, oh yeah, this out of here. So for people who's not familiar with that song, what is that song, and how does it feel to know that you have a classic with that song and a lot more we're going to get into tonight?
It felt great. It felt great because I honestly I didn't know how it was going to be received. So it was great that people supported me. HFBT, that was like can I be vulgar on here? That was hustling.
Yeah. Be yourself, man. Be yourself.
And tricking, baby. You feel me? And that was like that's how we used to live at that time. So it was so authentic to the people because they really know that's how I was living. But it just felt good. It just felt good. And that's, as a side note, we had made a 17-track CD, and we honestly were walking out of the studio, and my partner who was on the song, like, nah, we got to do this. We got to do that song. We got to do that beat.
Yep.
Shout out to my homeboy B Squad. He's an artist now, Xavier Gray. But he had sent us a pack of beats, and my homeboy like, we got to do that to that beat. So when we walked back in there, we were so in a rush, we never did ad libs or in and outs or nothing. We just flowed, just a freestyle.
Yeah.
And the fact that it caught on and it was like the last thing we were creating, it was very dope to see it like establish me as an artist.
Yeah. And it's always interesting to me because, like you said, you were in a session, you done 7 songs, you thought it was over, and then the last song is the one that, you know what I mean, like really gravitated to and everybody, you know, really liked. Well, I know you were really active back in those days at promoting your music. So let's give a little free game to maybe somebody who's watching this and is on the way up in Indianapolis or outside of our market. What were some of the things you and your team did early on, you think, to help separate you from all the other artists out there and build that name that you have, Lil Billy, as being, you know, a really dope artist out here?
Honestly, the same method I use today.
Yeah.
Anything I don't know, I'm going to get outside and find out. So, like, get out, feet in the dirt, find out.
Yeah.
Any events, any. So back then, I would wake up every morning at 6 in the morning and I would find things to do with rap. So if we didn't have a studio session, I would just look online and just find the person who's in there going hard in the booth or something, or find somebody like studio time and I'm pulling right up. I just always been a person who just go find what I need instead of like sitting around complaining about it. Like, I'm going to get in the dirt and I'm going to find it. Any means necessary type of thing. So I just advise them to, like, all them excuses that you can't make all those excuses because even if you young, it's somebody old like me who's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You got to get out here. You got to get out here. You can't be calling around, hey, bro, you know any place that I should go show off my... Nah. I'll follow every artist that I like, and I'll just wait till they post flyers, and then I'll just pull up at the events. So it's just like, I don't know, a grind. You just got to get out here and grind.
Now, I can definitely agree with that for you. Like, that was one thing that really stood out to me. Like I said, we met at the event, and then I was at the Black Expo one time, and you were walking around. We ran into each other, like, yo, what up, Billy? And you were real respectful and real, you know, appreciative of what me and St. James and Mike Trees have done with Stop Beef on Radio. But you actually followed through with the drops. Like, one thing I can say for you, Billy, is anytime somebody suggests anything to you or asks you to do something for them, it's immediately done. You know, like, like, there's no hesitation on your part. Is that just part of who you are and your work ethic, or did somebody give you the game to say, you know, activating DJs and stuff is one of the steps to being successful?
Well, some people did give me that game,
yep.
But it was more of like a learning process. So throughout my life, I thought I knew everything a lot. So all those tough times that I went through where I bumped my head and it was like very serious head bumps because I always find myself in those. It was just like, well, won't you? Okay, all that didn't work. So why don't you try to listen this time? And every time that I just listened, it worked spectacularly. It was like I'd be in my own way sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why I just be on. As soon as you tell me it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Now, we mentioned hustling, fucking tricking, and that was the first song. And then the next song I really heard, really loved from you was 100. Like, that song still today, I was listening to it before this. It's just the atmosphere of it. My teacher told me I wasn't going to amount to nothing. So I told, you know, so what was it like going from a song that was more party and more upbeat and having fun with it kind of to now this song 100 trying to, you know, what was that transition like for you? Did people respond to it the way you felt they should, or did they have any kind of pushback on that?
Honestly, when I wrote 100, I wrote it without a beat. I just wrote down thoughts I was having that morning. So I probably woke up, I had a bad morning, and I was just sitting at the kitchen table and I was writing. And my wife, she was standing right there, and I was like, this gonna be the one. And I didn't know why, but I told her that. And then it just so happened, like, I had been chilling with Playboy the Great, shout out Playboy the Great. And we were just going through beats, and he was like, you really got to do this beat. It was damn near the same approach. He like, you really got to do this beat. And I was like, let me see. And he played it, and I rapped it on there. But honest to God, truth, like, I had a feeling in my soul that was going to be the one because everything on that song is, like, authentically me. It's my truth. And they like when I tell my truth.
Yeah. Yeah,
they like,
definitely.
They like when I tell my truth.
I definitely agree with that. You mentioned your wife. The next song that I really got introduced was "Do You," and I think it was you, Skip, and LeAmber. That was kind of the introduction I had to Skip as well. So, going back to those times, like, you really kind of took yourself as being a young person and became a leader and a general for the whole up and coming music industry we have here. Like, what was it you think about yourself that made you do that, and how great did it feel back then, even as a young person, to get the respect that you got from your peers?
Honestly, so I come from a street background.
Yep.
Street background, the OGs always looked out for you.
Yep.
One of my pet peeves was bullies in the street. So, for instance, with Little Skip, that was one of the people that I wake up 6 in the morning and they would be working every single morning.
Yep. Fact.
So one day I'm like, he's promoting and he knows the internet. So I'm like, damn, I gotta meet him. And I just went over there and I seen how talented he was, and I see like our market is very, very like you gotta be a certain way. And when I sat down with him, the talent was so undeniable. I'm like, nah, this is wrong. Like, how can y'all be sleeping on this man? It don't make sense. So we traded information, and we just got it in, and honestly, was a beat he couldn't do nothing with. The same type of ordeal. He played the beat for me. I'm like, this is a hit. And I went in there and I was just talking about girls and how they like everything I do. I promise you. I just went in there, one take, laid the hook. And when I left and came back, he filled in the vocals, and my wife got on there, filled in some vocals, and it was like instant classic. And I'm like, little bro, this gonna be your introduction. And he rapped that rap on there. Shut off. It was over.
Now, was that the first time you met LeAmber, or had you guys already known each other? And then you kind of like the Indianapolis black glove couple for us. You know what I mean? Like, everybody else had Remy and Papoose, but for you guys have been a standing staple in our city. So how's it great? Does it feel to know that, you have a talented wife as she is in her own right, but, supports you as much as she does?
It feels wonderful. I had met LeAmber in high school, so we had knew each other in high school. She used to copy out my work. I always been a nerd, right? She used to copy out my work. I think was in 9th grade. She used to always pull up a chair and copy out my work. But at that time, I really wasn't interested in it. I was interested in getting some money. So every single day, I'm like, bro, why do you keep pulling up over here? So long story short, 9th grade, we lost touch, and we caught back up with each other like after high school, and it was just naturally like ended up how it ended up. We locked in.
Yeah. And like I said, it's really dope because you guys are both dope artists, and we'll get into your kids and later. He's also doing this music thing. I'm really excited for you on that. But you know what I mean? Like, what I think was really great about you, Billy, is no matter what you've been through, you said you're a street person, but you've been some of the worst things there is. So we're not going to highlight that tonight. But how do you stay so positive? How did you become this walking motivational person, regardless of all you've been through and all those situations?
I was built off of love, so like nothing negative ever. Like, I don't know, I just ain't no bad person. So me knowing I ain't a bad person, no matter how bad the situation got, like I ain't a bad person. I did some bad decisions sometimes, but I don't know. It just I'm gonna say it like this: when you're in the worst situation ever, I don't think you should just in your mind think it's the worst situation ever, because you can manifest the negativity. So I'll be in the worst situation and I'll be like, all right, they trying to say I did this, this, and that. That's not even my character. This shit's fake. So like, I don't know. Just be like, I always look at everything. Some people look at the cup half empty. I look at it as half full. That's just how I am. That might be why I made it to where I'm at. Some people look at the streets as like, this is the end all be all. I looked at the streets like, nah, this was a job. And once I can do something better or know better, I'm going to leave that job behind. I'll just be optimistic, bro. I've been through some of the worst stuff in the world, and it just pays to be optimistic.
Yeah. Now, I know you've been able to travel outside of Indianapolis, doing your music and stuff like that. And I deal with a lot of people outside our market, and they always think we're a bunch of country people. It's all peace and peace and fun around here. I'm like, yo, you don't know anything about Indianapolis, like And I think from you do a great job showing the world what your neighborhood is. So why do they not understand what goes on in our city? And then how does it feel to know that you are someone that's putting a light on what really happens out here versus what everybody thinks?
the reason they think like that is because that might be. So I'm gonna put it like this: most of us from the street don't really think about going out of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we cool in our neighborhood. So whoever they might meet that's out of town, that's the representation of this that they think it is. So like I used to have that problem in prison. They used to be like, bro, you ain't like people from around there. And I just be like, nah, just the people, you feel me? You just ain't never met them, but we definitely. So I think it's more of the people that they meet are a certain type of people, so they just put us all in there. Y'all country, y'all this, y'all that. We just gotta go outside and show them what we are. A lot of people, like right now, I know a lot of successful artists here in the city. They will not move around. They will not move around. So whoever they meet out in LA, that's what they think we are.
Yep. I always compliment you and Tony Cleveland as being two of the artists that go to anywhere in the city, don't matter what side of town it is, don't matter if it's in, the slums or in the rich areas. Like I see you everywhere and you're still the same people, when you do that. So, that's really dope. You mentioned the prison. So I know when you were in prison, you got to meet some legendary people. I don't know if you want to speak on the names, but what's some of the game or knowledge you got from these legends that you interacted with?
I got so Supreme from the Supreme team, the person who was involved with Murder Inc., the record label. He taught me to find out who people are for cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? Don't risk it all trying to find out who a person is. When they show you, believe it. I had people like Vinny Gorgeous who taught me things like he took pride in his streets. He took pride in what made him and what it was, not pride in the negativity of it, but he took pride in what he was. Like as if you're a basketball player, you take pride in basketball. He never really like down the streets or shunned them. He just was like, take pride in whatever you are and whoever you are. So he taught me a valuable lesson because I spent a lot of time hiding who I was because people tend to associate only negative with the streets.
Yeah.
So for instance, it's like the hip hop culture. People will be like, yeah, you got to slow down on the streets and do this, but hip hop was made in the streets of New York. It comes from the streets. The way they dress, the way they talk, the gold fat ropes, everything was street about it. So it's just like, don't do the negativity of the street.
Yeah.
You don't promote that bullshit, but cool is cool. So like that, I met a lot of people in there. I met a lot of people in there.
Yeah. Now I know when you came home, I mean you were very respected because of the situation and how you stood tall, as they say. You didn't snitch or anything like that. So I know you came out very loved because of that. But then you came out with a new, I mean, maybe it's not new, but it seemed like a re-energized spirit about you to make your story be known everywhere. Like you've traveled around the United States doing podcasts. What are some of the podcasts you've been able to go to, and how's your people in your neighborhood responding to you when they see you on national outlets now?
Okay. I've been to Animal TV in Memphis. Excuse me. I've been to Jacking for Beats out of Memphis. These are two gigantic platforms. I've been to the Corner Store, LA.
Yeah.
Shout out to Corner Store, LA. Like one of the biggest platforms in LA. I've been to New York at the Daily Gym. That's one of the biggest ones out of their way. I've been like all over. I did a Humble Soul podcast that went viral and got millions of views. Yeah. He's out of Tennessee also. I've been to Auntie's house in Ohio. That's like one of the biggest outlets for Detroit artists. I've been like, who else I did? Bro, I did so many. Like it'd be, it'd be confusing. I can't keep up. But not just in my neighborhood. Like all around. Like bro, today I probably got 50 messages of keep doing what you're doing and we love the way you represent the city. Now when I go outside every day, different people that I've never seen in my life are like, keep doing what you're doing, bro. You represent the city well. So like people are responding good to it. You're gonna have some people who are negative, but that's just like a part of this thing.
Yeah.
Feel me? Everybody don't understand what you're doing. Some people be like, nah, you shouldn't talk about this, and that. And I'm like, I'm not involved in crime anymore and I paid my debt to society. I have no worries. I'm not in illegal activity. I have no worries at all. You feel me? Like I'm cool. I could tell my story though, because the pain they took me through.
Yeah.
You feel me? They told their story. They told that bullshit to y'all, so now I'm gonna tell you the real story. So it's just like that. But it's received well, like around the whole city, because this ain't about my neighborhood no more. This is bigger. This is worldwide shit. Like, this is about Indiana. This ain't about or nothing. This is about all of us. Indianapolis, South Bend, Gary, Evansville, Michigan City, Terre Haute, whatever, everywhere. You feel me? This is about us as a unit getting where we need to be and being properly represented. Because there's great people all over this whole state that I've met throughout these processes.
And speaking of representing, you know, we had the NBA All-Star Game at home this past year, and you were one of the artists that I seen really take advantage of that opportunity. So I seen you did some community service. So let's highlight that first. How did you link up with the NBA community service opportunity, and what was some of the stuff you got to do to help the people?
I always loved giving back.
Yep.
So honestly, I was just looking for, I think I was looking for tickets to the All-Star Game. And I accidentally stumbled over NBA Cares, and this probably happened once or twice because I was trying to find cheaper tickets than what was on there. And I was like, I'm signing up for this. So I signed me and my wife up because she was supposed to be in town. And I signed it up. It was going to be like a different experience for me and her. And I signed it up. And whatever happened, like, she didn't make it in town. So I was already signed up. So I'm like, let me go see. And I went by myself. And it was a very dope experience. It was very, very dope. And I met very dope people. I met Ron Artest. I mean, what's his name now? He changed his name to something different.
Meta World Peace.
Yeah, I didn't know that. They told me he was like working in there with us, and we fed like 1 million families. Shout out to NBA Cares. And it was just an incredible experience, like, for myself. Because if my wife would have been there, I would have been the husband mode. So it was better, like, by myself experiencing it, like, wow, this is really cool. And meeting new people, meeting people from different walks of life. So it was really, really dope. And we got to feed them.
Salute Key Ways just joined the live. Yeah, I know you told me that you stayed home in Indianapolis, but your wife and family is in Georgia. What made you decide to do that? I mean, and you know, and how did she react when you told her you wanted to stay in the Nap?
Honest to God, truth, it wasn't a choice.
Oh, okay.
Like, I got involved in the situation, and things played out how they played out.
Yeah,
so I had to stay up here. Yeah, I had to stay up here till to the remainder of my sentence. But it was like something that had to happen. It was like when I went to prison, was I going to tell? Was not even a question. This is something that had to happen. So she understands what I'm on, what I'm trying to build, and like when you're dealing with the government, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we just support each other to the fullest, and it ended up being the best thing that ever happened, honestly, because I got to, as I told you, I got to move again without being the husband and the dad. I got to move like, okay, I got all this free time. I could spend it doing bad stuff, or I could do good, and that's where all the emotion that you just seen, all of it came out of that. For my reasoning for moving, it's different. I had to sacrifice my family for this. I sacrificed my life when I'm pushing peace out here. Like, it's like all about your reasoning. And it just, I ended up getting a store. We ended up getting dog kennels. We ended up getting logistics companies and all type of things out of that little situation. So it worked.
Yeah, and also, I think your music career in Nap, you finally got the respect you've been due all along, and people really know who you are now. Like, you were picked to be one of the NBA All-Star Cypher artists. You know what I mean? That went super viral. We all know about it. But from your perspective, when did you get the call letting you know you were going to be a part of it, and how great did it feel to have your brothers there and, you know, fellow dope MCs, you know, come together to form that cypher? And, you know, a lot of times in the past that might not have been something we could have did, but you guys were able to pull it off.
It felt great because my reasoning for doing it, as you said, it was different people from different demographics who, like, on a usual time, this might not have been so peaceful.
Yeah.
My reason for when I opened up my email and I sent it in there, I'm like, honest to God, truth, I had told myself, like, I wasn't doing anything local anymore. Because, you know, I've been running around here for years doing this stuff. I was like, I'm never doing anything local. But when I read the names on that list, like Swole, Tony Cleveland, Paris, Lil E, Dooney, et cetera, I'm like, I got to get on here. So when I went on there, it was more for peace in the streets and unity. So since we're speaking on the cipher, a lot of this was misinterpreted that this was about rap. And with me, it's so much deeper than rap all the time. But I'm never really going to, because you slander me, I'm never going to speak on what it is. Like, that's just gangster shit. I'm like, you can't force me to feel no way. I did what I did, and whatever backlash comes with it, that's how it is. But honest to God truth, I wouldn't take anything back, because some of the people that was in that room and that took pictures and that hung out and had fun, like, it was legendary. It was legendary for the streets of Indianapolis. It was legendary. It was a sign of peace. And just, I had to knock it out. I had to knock it out. It was more of the names on the list that made me come on there. Because I really don't need accolades, Matt. I promise you, like, hopefully I get my flyers from the higher power. It's never about awards or that shit with me. Never.
Now, and I agree with you on that cipher. When I first seen it come across, and I seen you, I seen E, I seen Swole, I seen Tony, and I'm like, hold on, not to get into it, but like I said, it was just great to see all you guys together. And then when I seen the backlash came, people in our own city, I was yelling at them, like, you know what goes on. Like, you should just be glad we got this pulled off. It doesn't matter if you like that bar. Do you like the fact that there's no violence? Do you like the fact that there was peace in a situation that, like we said, it may not have been a couple years ago? You mentioned Little East. I want to highlight him, man. Like, you guys go back and you're very close and all that. You see his success now. What's it feel like to you to see what he's been able to accomplish? You know what I mean? Because Little E is definitely one of the main names people mention out here.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
They have him like when we first started this, we used to be like, bro, you're a real rapper. He would literally walk around with his MacBook in his backpack writing rhymes. Like, it's never been anything else for him. Like, right now, he non-stop creates content, gets better and better, has merch. You feel me? Like, this is what he really loves, and this is what he really wants to do, bro. And like, you just got to give him his flyers, because he accomplished it straight out his brain. Like, nobody, like, bro, they didn't even used to play the man on the radio. And I'm like, how?
They
love this.
Selling out shows, and they won't play him.
Love this man, bro. Like, how? When you come in the streets, they like him, bro. We've been in jail together, bro. And guys have been walking door to door like, hey, is E in there? And you're like, what? Like, man, shout out to him, though. Shout out to everybody who do what they do. But yeah, I'm very, very proud of him, because no matter what, when our back's against the wall, he never stops. It never stops, no matter if it's positive, negative. I remember the first person I seen speak on the cipher was him, and he was just like, y'all just motivated me. And I was like, you can't break a warrior, bro. You can't break a warrior.
Now, I know you shout out Kenwood and Crown Hill section all the time. Like I said, we got a lot of people outside of Indianapolis that might watch this or see the replay. What is Crown Hill section? And when you shout out Kenwood, what are you kind of talking about?
Crown Hill is a cemetery that touches a lot of areas in our neighborhood. So Crown Hill section stretches probably like 10 blocks from the low end to the high end. And that's just, when I'm talking about that, I'm just talking about our whole area. That's everywhere that the cemetery touches, from the low to the high. So it was like a sign of unity and a sign of stopping the violence is what this really is about.
Wow.
So it's about alliances in a place that's never had alliances. Like, it's always been warriors. So we just joined up and just, feel me? Just was trying to get it together. We joined up. We all started making music together. And we just was trying to just, you feel me, do our thing, but share resources, you feel me?
No, and I definitely can say it worked, because when we mentioned Little E, we mentioned you mentioned Sticks and Fats, we mentioned like a lot of people that came from your, I don't want to say tutelage, but who are around you. There's some of the biggest names we have in our city right now.
Yeah, Boona Badass. Shout out to Boona Badass, RIP, little bro. He the one who came up with that name. And he's always been a staple around Indianapolis with music. All type of people, bro. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was really cool that so many people around our area were really, really talented with music. So it was just like, link up. Shout out a lot of Rico, man. That's the new wave right there. What's up, little bro?
Now let's get to the music, man. You talked about when you came home, you felt you were able to tell your story like you probably had never had. When you dropped the mob shit, what was the response you got? Because I got a lot of response, you know, and I was like, it's an amazing song to me. But when you dropped it, what was people saying to you about it, or did you get any response?
honest, honest. I told you they like when I tell my truth, but
Yeah,
I don't really. Between me and you, I do not like talking about that shit.
yeah,
I do not like it at all. But
yeah,
that's like the song that got the most views since I've been home. They love it. It's a representation of what I used to be. You feel me?
yeah.
Like they shit. But between me and you, I wasn't even gonna make that song. Shout out to Coach
Okay.
Red. I let him hear. I was playing him some of the records. Coach
Yeah,
like, nah, you need something provocative. I'm like, hell no, you trying to push me back to, and I'm like, I trust you,
yeah,
Coach. You feel me? Coach is one of the people in my staple that I could trust. You feel me? Whenever it comes to music. So I had a dope pack of beats from DJ Champ. Shout out DJ Champ, little baby DJ, and it was the last beat in there. Here we go again. And I'm like, Coach Real, like, it's missing something. You need that. I'm like, all right. I went home, wrote it that night, came back, recorded it. People love it. People love it.
yeah.
I'm about to rock it tonight. I got a show tonight. I'm about to go rock.
Yeah,
We
congratulations
outside tour.
on that. Shout out to Gorgeous George. You got the We Outside tours in the city. Shout out to Ted
Yeah,
Hardy.
for sure.
What's it like? You got to hang out with him, I saw. So what's it like to be the person when people come in town now that the artists are coming to hang out with you, and you know you're
Yeah.
kind of the ambassador for our city now?
It's dope. You feel me? It's dope. And I like it because with me, I'm a fair guy.
Yeah.
Like the truth is the truth with me. If you hot and you him, I don't
Yep.
care what neighborhood you from. Like it don't even cross my mind to be like petty or nothing. So at least they gonna have proper representation and they gonna have an honest person about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give them the honesty, like what I can do, what I can't do, and I'm gonna plug you with the person who can do it. Shout out to Naptowns store, Maxie, because it was
Yeah.
something that I couldn't do that he could do for them, and he handled it just like that. Shout out
Yep.
Juicy also, because Juicy rolled out the red carpet for us. But it's great being like the spokesperson because I know all the way from 2099 when it started, and I know the history of it now because I'm in tune with the young boys.
Yeah.
Shout out Lil Scooty, what's up, little bro? Shout out SME West, what's going on? Shout out Illinois, what's happening? It's a lot of people from out of town on there, man.
Yeah.
Shout out the young boys, all the young boys. They tapping in. Shout out the
Now,
Gringo Gang and Larry Reed.
yeah, salute, salute. Now let's get into, you know what I mean, you make a lot of noise recently. Shout out to DJ Watts, you know what I mean, and this
Oh,
Blue Rock situation. So I
go
remember
gamble.
we were at the show together on the west side. Me and St. James came out there, and Watts brought somebody from Memphis in town. Did you know when you went to that was going to be the beginning of what transpired, or were you just showing up to support Watts and then, you know, it became bigger than that?
Watts had invited me out, so I didn't really know nothing. He just like pop out, rock with me, you feel me? Blah 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 blah. I got some people here, but whatever. So when we get there, you feel me? He like introduced me, tell me who they is, and excuse me, honest to God, truth, he just put it on the floor with him, but I ain't had no clue of who they. So honestly, I had heard about the guy
Yeah.
because one of the people in my entourage always talks about him. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
told me that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, it's funny. He had just told me about him, and we were watching all his videos, and then we like got a chance to meet him. So I'm like, this is really wild, but it ended up working out good because you feel me? They grabbed Hennessy, they did music with Lil E, like he opened it up. D3 and them, he opened it up with him. So like it was just crazy. Shout out to DJ Watts for all the doors he opened up, bro.
Yeah.
Because that man is like cracking doors open. I appreciate him for that. He's cracking the door open. It's on you if you don't get in there. But yeah, I didn't know it was gonna work out like that, bro. But it did, and I'm just salute to them. DJ Coop, Eddie Valero,
Yeah.
the whole South.
Eddie Valero. Yep.
Shout out to them. Yeah, yeah. Eddie
Now,
Valero going up too.
when you come to the event where we got Dame coming in town for the Blue Rock tour, we got Freeway and his camp there. Did you know you were going to be performing, and did you know Dame was going to be executive producing you on the spot?
No. They were just like, it's perform. You feel me? It's an opportunity on the flow. They didn't fill you in about how it was gonna go, or they really didn't know it was gonna. You didn't know it was gonna be live band. You thought you was coming to do a show. So I just showed up really because Watts
Yeah.
helped me with a lot. Shout out Will Gamble too. Will Gamble the plug. He
Yeah,
helped
it's
me out
fam.
with a lot, but they watch that helped me do some other things, like get my song put inside the system.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so
Service
when
it.
he did that, I'm like, damn, got me on the spreadsheet. I'm like, damn, I fuck with bro. He giving up, he teaching me the game, and he
Yeah,
was just like, pop out. I got something on the flow. Pop out, pop out, pop out. And it's just about taking advantage of it. Shout out Tony Cleveland too, because he was in there
yeah.
with me. And he was putting it on the flow too. So I appreciate Tony Cleveland for that. But yeah, I don't be having a clue what's gonna go on, bro. But I just get in the rooms and work my move.
How did you find out that you I don't know how we can announce it or anything like that, but you were selected to be one of the two we went with to start for this new opportunity with the Blue Rock label?
Um, they announced it. I think after
Yep.
the space, they announced it. It was 3 of us though. Shout out to Soleil.
Yep.
She's an
Solo.
Afro artist, and I just got off the phone with her today because I plugged her with the guys we was hanging out with today. I plugged him with one of them because he's from Canada and he makes Afro music. So I linked that up. Me and her talk a lot. You feel me? We just got off FaceTime. She was in Canada right now, so like it just I don't know, bro. It was just surreal. They reached out and told me. I'm like, damn, I never even thought about making it this far. Honestly,
Right.
God, truth, we like been chasing it so long. It's like sometimes it might seem like it ain't gonna be able to be got.
Yeah. Yeah, it starts to feel like it's unattainable, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, God says, "No, it's not unattainable." Matter of fact, now you help Dame. Now you work with Dame. Now you're the star of the NBA All-Star game. Like it does if you just keep working. And with that, Kitty Red was the first one we went with. What's you and her's relationship before this, and how proud are you to see what she's been able to do with this with the opportunity she got, and how she's kind of kicked in the door for it?
between me and y'all, I'm so proud of Kitty Red because we met like when I first got out of prison.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
and Kitty Red was locked in like on another level of like street respect, like how she looked out for me when I got out of prison. So she used to tell me she was gonna be a rapper and tell me everything she was gonna do. So between me and y'all, everything she said she was gonna do, she has brought to fruition.
Yep.
And it's like, honest to God's truth, the fact that we're both there, it's like, that's wild, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I remember she used to tell me things she was gonna do, and she'd just send me proof of it. Like, told you I was gonna do this, and I'd be like, damn, that girl is really, really like adamant about what she's doing. So when it was us, I was just like, some divine shit. That was divine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
can't
proud
say
of her
any
because
names, but the other ones we've been looking at are all part of your family too. So once we can announce these things, it's going to be a happy reunion, I can
for
say.
sure, for sure. And I'll just be proud of her, bro, because the world don't be knowing what we go through on these trips and while we out of
Yep.
town and what we're up against. I guess they think the money just grows on trees or something. So I'm so proud of her being in all these situations and walking through doors like just fearlessly.
Well,
So shout out.
we've always said as Naptown artists or Naptown supporters of what we do, all we need is one person to hear us. And once you hear about us, we're going to take over the whole industry. And you guys are laying the game plan for that. Now, you got a chance to go see Dame in Florida. So, what was that experience like? And, I seen he gave you some dope game. Any kind of game he gave you that, keeps you moving forward with what you're doing.
Bruh, when I met that man, he was nothing like the character that they portray him to be.
Yep.
He's like a humble, nice guy overall. He got that street to him that I like. It's just something that I respect about it because we have like I could tell the similarity. But bruh, it's like gang, 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 gang. I met the man. He was like, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next?
Yep.
Okay, what's next? So really, I'm like, hold on. I had to step back and be like, yeah, he is 50-something. And he started this when he was 21, so he had like 30 years worth of game plan. I got like 2-3 years worth of game plan. I got to go back to the drawing board. But he just put so much like of the formula out on the ground for us. Okay,
Yep.
what's after music? Yeah, you got this song, but what's next? And then what's next? And what's next? And I just be like, every time you sit down with him, bro, it's game. He'll
Yep.
teach you game like it's crazy. It's crazy.
I was so excited when I seen that because I know your story and Dane getting a hold of that story. He could really tell this Indianapolis movie the way it's supposed to be done. And like we've said before, it's one of the most powerful situations. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's gonna be a dope movie. So who better to create it than you with the help of Dame if you guys decide to do that. But I know while you were there, you got to play some music for him, and we all heard Tuggin'. What made you choose Tuggin' as the song you were gonna play for Dame, and how did it feel to get that response he got when he was like, "Yo, is this you?" Oh my God! Like you could tell he saw a star at that moment. So how did that feel for you?
It felt great. So Tugging came about like that's a song I wrote in prison years ago.
Okay.
And I had got introduced to my new engineer, shout out Dylan Jerome, and I got introduced to UG Skywalker.
Yep.
That's my homeboy.
Yep.
And we had just making music that I have in my heart, but I usually can't put out because of my brand. So they just like helped me formulate. I come with this dope ass idea, and they helped me formulate the words and structure it right, and Dylan to put the engineering quality to it. So I had already had it, and honest to God, truth. Before I went to prison, I was supposed to do a song with Larry Reed, and I was supposed to do a song with J-Mo from the Gringo Gang.
Gringo.
So really, some of the things y'all see is just me manifesting things from my past. So I had wrote Tuggin' years ago in prison, and before I left and went to the Feds, I was supposed to sit down with these two and do a song. So I was like, I got this song. I'm putting J-Mo on there because I know he gonna kill it. Like I love J-Mo, I love his work ethic, I love everything he do, and I just called Brad. I'm like, I got a dope song for you, and it was Tuggin'. The reason y'all got to see it is because me and my daughter, we Swifties. We love Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift, like the dopest shit ever. So I had a cowboy hat and some boots that sat in the closet brand new for years because I was waiting till I went to see Taylor Swift with my daughter. And one day I need a video. I looked in the closet and the boots was there. So Beyonce had just dropped her country CD, and I'm like, I'm about to do it right now. I'm about to do it. I grabbed the boots, I put on my black pants and my black shirt, and me and J-Mo did that song. Honestly, like I've been holding that song for like probably like a year, and
I was gonna say because I thought it was out because when I heard you performing that for Dame, I hit St. James. I'm like, oh shit, this is the Gringo M we were talking about because J-Mo's on that. So it was definitely a dope thing to see, and I really love like shout out to Big Unk. You know, he put it on the mixtape for you. Like people are loving this song, and is it officially out yet, or is it still?
I haven't dropped it, but between me and you, I dropped it. I dropped that hanging mic, and it got 15,000 overnight organically. That's like only thing I had. I ain't had nothing to do nothing like that. Honest to God, truth. Like overnight, so it was like I got more calls from street dudes like, do that, than I've ever. I'm talking about guys who've never called me and congratulated me about anything. Were like, that is dope. They were like, that is dope. People on Facebook was like, that's my favorite song. It was like crazy because I used to tell J-Mo, this the one, bro. This is it. This is it. And J-Mo was like, it's cool because he made it so fast. Like J-Mo worked fast like me. He sent me the verse back in like 30 minutes. So he like, it's cool, bro, but I didn't get to. I'm like, we ain't gonna have to, bro. This is one of them ones. I feel it. And shout out Big Unk because he did. I let Big Unk hear some music. He like, send me that country song. Shout out him, man.
I seen the only negative feedback I seen from that was they said it was too short. So they definitely want to hear it more. You mentioned Larry Del Reed and J-Mo. You know what they're doing right now. They got the country tours and all that. You ever thought about linking up with them and jumping on one of these shows or festivals they're doing?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Most definitely. See, Space Dad had already took me to like what was that called? The bonfire and stuff. Like we've been
Redneck Rave.
They're my guys, you feel me? They're my guys. Like Little White and when Jelly Roller come, like they're my guys. We've been locked in. R.I.P. BDP. We've been locked in. He's in my Hustling for J's video. Like we've been locked in. So they've been introduced me to that world, and I'm like, hell yeah. Matter of fact, me and Larry, we got something cooking. I got another country song that's like it's harder than Tuggin'. Like I'm gonna do a whole country project, honestly.
You know, it's actually smart for you too, because with us being from Indianapolis, Indiana, there's a huge country fan base out here. So if you are able to tap into that and still be who you are, that'll open up the whole city for you. Because, you know, there's not a voice out there that's able to get both markets, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now I want to highlight, I know you're busy, you got a show we're about to do, so we're going to get ready to get off here, but I definitely want to highlight your son, man. He's got the Having My Way
Yeah.
song by Balenciagas. Like, that song is so amazing to me. Did you write that for him, or he write it himself?
My son freestyle that song. My son writes all his music himself. He picks all his beats himself. Honest to God truth, him and Ray Bands did all that. When it's a funny thing about my son and my wife.
Yeah.
When we do music, we all each do our own thing. So like when I book the session, I book that session for my son for his birthday.
Okay.
I literally do not get involved. Because I don't want to be the momager or dadager or whatever you call that shit. Like I don't want to be that guy. So I honestly let him express himself how he expresses himself. But my son was like groomed by his mom and me. Like he's just like both of us together.
Yeah.
So he freestyles a lot. Like lately, he just sent me 30 beats. So on my new album, he's about to have production and song credits. So like my son, he's just like, on here, little prophet, bro.
That could be a dope project for you. EP, Lil Billy, and you know, with his son. And then, like I said, the way he hit that song, and I seen the video from Hit the Stage, like he commands the mic. Like, I don't know how old he is, but you could tell he's got his parents are musical geniuses their own right. So, but you can tell he got a talent right now.
Definitely. Shout out my boy.
Yeah.
Britton Gammon, 77. He got beats on the way. He got beats on the way.
Now, we've discussed a lot tonight. You know, like I said, you're kind of an ambassador right now for Indianapolis and this music scene. Any advice you would give an up-and-coming artist or an artist in Naptown that is making the work ethic, they're doing the stuff that it takes, but they're just not getting that opportunity? Any advice you would give them?
Stay down.
Yeah.
What's for you is for you, and nobody can stop it but the higher power, or however you look at it, the man above. What's for you is for you. Go get it. Can't no crooked system stop it. Can't no drug habit stop it. Can't no women, boys, girls, drama. Nothing can stop you but you. So just sacrifice and go get that shit. Stop making excuses. Get that shit. Like everything you've seen me done, I can't pick up the phone and call anyone for guidance, but the success y'all see is coming straight out of me and my brother's heads. Like this is us like doing what we would do to get this success. There are no like you just do you.
Yep.
Unauthentically, unapologetically, and go find that information. Get outside and go get it. Go get that shit.
I agree.
Go get that shit. Unify, build relationships, take your ego out of it. Go get that shit.
Now, do you have any releases we can circle on a calendar for you yet? Any upcoming features or anything like that we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, features. I'm about to go to the studio and work tonight. I got to go to the show right now. I'm about to shoot to the show. I'm about to rock that with the We Outside tour. Shout out to him. Shout out to Ted Hardy and I can't think of her name. I'm sorry. Shout out to her. She knows she is. She put it on the floor for me. But I'm about to go knock this out. Then I'm about to go to the studio, record with all the artists, and then I got a project about to drop.
Okay.
I got a project about to drop and 2 tours on the way, and one of them is with a legend from around our way. So shout out to him. You know who it is. It's gonna surprise y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all too much, but it's gonna blow y'all mind. But I got 2 tours about to come up. One of them supposed to start October 31st. I mean, not October 31st. I'm sorry. It's supposed to start the 31st of this month and go into August. And then I got another one coming up in September. But I got an album I'm about to drop, and it's fire. It's fire. It's fire.
You got a potential date for the album or single?
No.
For that? Okay.
I ain't put no date on it yet. I'm going through the marketing agency, so I'm gonna see. You feel me? We're gonna figure that out. I gotta get with them and work on that. But I got new merch about to drop. I got a movie about to drop. We're just working.
Yeah.
So,
now, you mentioned
Pac-Man, man, little bro.
You mentioned your brother, kind of you two coming together, but I know you have a good team behind you as well. Who are some of the people that's a part of your team, and how important do you feel it is to have a strong team to get in this music industry and be successful?
A lot of my team or my friends from different situations in the street, or some of my team is from my prison sins. So, like, You just got to have people who are willing to sacrifice what you're willing to sacrifice. Like-minded people. If they're not like-minded and they don't understand the bigger picture, this can be very hard for you with a lot of falling out. But my people trust me. They trust my judgment. And when I mess up, they tell me I'm messing up. For instance, the cipher, one of my guys told me, bring your A game and your best work. I told him, man, I don't care, bro. This is about unity and peace. And I almost blew it. So listen to your team. Listen to your team, but get some people that ain't yes men. Get some people who want to see the best for you and who know what you don't know. You feel me? Get some people who are informed about certain things that you don't know about and just push. It's very, very important to have a good team, because on those days I want to quit, they like, bro, you got us sacrificing our lives. We came too far to quit. We halfway there. Let's go.
No looking back when you got people involved. You're right.
That's it. That's all.
Now, outside of music, what do you like to do for fun? Like, if you got some downtime, what are you doing to enjoy yourself?
I make plans for music. Honest to God, truth, I'm a person, like, how I view the world now is if we ain't made it yet, it ain't no playtime. I'll play I'll play in a minute, but it's all marketing, understanding marketing, watching the internet, trying to understand that, building relationships, calling people. It's all work. It's all work. It's all work.
Well, definitely, man. I definitely wanted to have this conversation with you, man, because before the Dame staff happened, me and St. James already told you, we down with you, man. We want to help you in any way we can. Then the Dame opportunity came around, but I wanted to just get you to let you know, me, Money Matt, Stop Beefing Radio and St. James, we're behind you, Lil Billy. Like, you don't have to ask, you don't have to pay us, anything we can do to help you get to that next step, man, you got it. Like, all my resources are yours, because I think you can be the one to put our city on and really give a lot of people hopes in these areas where we come from, where nobody else is looking out for them. I see if you get to the top, Lil Billy, you are coming back to Nap. You're going to tag your friends. You're going to create more opportunities, man. So I salute you for being the boss that you are on that.
Thank you. Shout out to all the young boys who coming up.
Yeah.
Y'all the truth. Y'all the wave. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like salute to y'all. Y'all brought this music thing so far. Shout out to St. James. St. James gave me my first show.
Yep.
Shout out to you, because anything that I can, anything I ask, you always been there for me. Shout out to just everybody, bro. Everybody who helped me get anywhere I'm at, and I can't do it without the people. You feel me? The people is the key to all this. I got all our best interests in mind. And
then
that's it.
Last question. Anything I didn't mention or you want to make sure we talk about before we get out of here?
Nah, I'm good. I'm about to go jump in the shower, get ready to go rock this show. Just salute to the city. Indiana.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good show tonight. Shout out to Gorgeous Music. Like I said, when you out there, if you want to tap in, I got their contact, so I'll connect you directly. That'd be a dope situation for you as well. He does a lot of great tours around the world with independent artists that you're meeting now. So once again, Lil Billy, it's an honor talking to you tonight, man. I hope you have a great night.
For sure. Likewise. Shout out to Ray Benz and New Wave too, my little brother, man. Salute.